So basically, this is my fit. Okay, this is the hair. I know it's uneven. Okay, like I know it's uneven. I don't really care. Um, bracelets, more bracelets, necklace. Okay, the top. Wait, let me. Okay, like these body is tea. Okay, like. Hmm. Like body is tea today. I don't know. We have the little necklace, the hoop earrings. Um, yes. I'm just kind of making this video because I've been thinking a lot about my future. Okay. I've been thinking a lot about my future and like what I want for my life and like who I want to be and like trying to like figure out like who I am as a person. Because I don't know. I'm almost 17. I'm gonna be 17 in okay, wait, it's March. January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, like in like 3 months, I'm gonna be 17. And it's like basically a year till I move out, and then I like build a life for myself. And I know what I want, kind of. I want to be an artist. I want to live in Ann Arbor. I want to have a dog, probably. And if I can't have a dog, then I'll have a cat. And I want to live with Jocelyn. And I want to go and like experience things and live my life and be like openly queer. Like I want to live my life as a queer person and as like who I am. And so I've been thinking like about my future beyond like like the big things about like actually like quote unquote building a life for myself and more about like my future as a person, like who I'm going to be as a person and like what I want for myself in that aspect. Which is like more about like the identity of like who do I want to be? Like recently I've been focused a lot about my like a lot on my hair because I want to get a haircut and I'm thinking about getting like maybe a wolf cut. I was originally going to get a pixie, but I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it, so I'm thinking about going to like here probably and just like big chop, which I'm really excited about, but also like a little nervous because that's a big change and I've never had short hair before. And I'm thinking about like my relationships with other people, my boyfriend, and like what that entails, and my friendships and my connections with other people, and how much importance I place in that, and how much of myself I put into being perceived, if that makes sense. Sorry, my nose is kind of running lately. I don't know. I'm just very excited to be alive. Finally, we kind of had like a week or two where I was like dropping, but I'm sort of getting back into it now of like, yes, I'm alive and I'm so happy and grateful for that. And there's so much for me to do. My art account on Instagram has like 353 followers right now, which is so many people. Like that might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but it is a lot to me because I even know like 350 people. That's so many people. I can't even like begin to fathom that many people in a room, but that many people like my art and like they like it. And that's crazy. I don't know. It feels weird to be perceived and like seen in like like a very public way. And like it's been making me think a lot about like who are you? Like who are you really? And like I know I'm like basically almost only 17, only a teenager. Okay, it's not like this huge thing of like I need to know who I am. But like it's important to me that I like understand who I am as a person and like who that person is to other people, who that person is to myself, and how that person acts, how that person thinks, how that person like lives. And I think I know who I am. I am bright. I am my name. I'm Alana. Okay? I am Alana. Alana means light. That's me. I am light. I, excuse me. I wasn't always light. I used to be very, and sometimes still am. I get very down and I get very hazy and gray and I don't feel like myself. And whenever that happens, I sort of have an identity crisis of who am I if I'm not vibrant and right? Like, I don't feel alive. So am I alive? Yes. Even if you don't feel like it, you are. Relax. You're not always going to feel like this, how I feel right now, how I look right now, how I am expressing myself right now, bright and vibrant and loud. Sometimes you're going to feel down. Sometimes everything's going to feel so heavy and you're going to want to give up and lay down and never get back up again. But it's important that you keep getting back up. That's because that's who I am. If you've ever heard of like the soldier poet king thing, I used to think like I wanted to be a poet. I am a poet. I love to write. I love poetry. I'm very good at it. Writing is my thing. But I'm not a poet. There's like a theory that like what you think you are is reflective of what you actually are. And that is true in the case that I thought, oh, I'm for sure a poet. I'm a soldier. According to the quiz thing, okay, it says I'm a soldier, which is accurate. I am resilient and perseverant and stubborn. And I have been through a lot, and I just keep getting back up. Okay? I like to play the same phrase in my head of get up, get up, get up, stand back up. It's like a knight picking up their sword after they've been through hell. It's like get up. You have one purpose. You have one thing that you have to do, and you have to do it. You gotta do it. And my thing is joy, is love. That's all I have is love. And it's my purpose. Love is my purpose. I think love is everyone's purpose. I think love is the meaning of life. Some people would disagree. My boyfriend in particular thinks that pain is a guide to life. It's a very pessimistic and sad way of viewing the world. It's not a guide. It's a necessary evil. It's something that everybody has to go through, and it's something that you can learn from to affect future outcomes to be more positive. It's something to be learned and understood, but it shouldn't guide you. If you're guided by pain, it'll only lead to more pain. You should always be guided by love. Not in like a follow your heart way, but in a way that is intentional, in a way that is conscious to say, I am going to choose to love you. I choose to love you. I choose to love this. I choose to see how beautiful you are. I choose to understand where you're coming from. I choose empathy. I choose love. And I will always choose love, even when it's hard, even when it sucks, even when it hurts. Because pain is not how you should live. Love is how you should live, always. Okay. I don't know how I got here. That was really poetic and weird. I was just doing like a fit check and then we got here somehow. The meaning of life. But that's what I believe. That's what I believe. If you don't believe that, that's fine. But life's not going to be very fun for you. Where's your whimsy? Where's your joy? Where's your hope? In a world like this that we live in 2026, okay, everything is scary. And a lot of things suck. And the world seems like a really terrible, awful place because there are a lot of awful people in power that do terrible, harmful things to people who are innocent and can't defend themselves. Everybody's hurting. Everybody's struggling. And it can be really hard to be okay. Be okay with it, okay? Nobody's okay with it, but just be okay. To be at peace, to be positive in all of this. I mean, there's people that ate babies, okay? How do you live in a world like that? How do you live in a world where people are bombing other countries? How do you live in a world where people are starving and dying? People my age. How do you live in a world where kids younger than me kill themselves because of bullying or because they're not accepted just because of who they are? How do you live in a world where people are hate crimed just for living their lives in a way that other people just don't like for some reason? How do you live in a world like that? And I honestly, I don't have a really good answer for that. It's hard. There's a reason that America is in a mental health crisis. We're in a lot of crises. We're in a water crisis, a mental health crisis, an economic crisis. There's crises happening everywhere. There's a reason that there's such a large problem with mental health in today's world, because it's so hard to want to live in the world that we live in. Who would want this, you know? But there's more to life than pain. That's what I told Sebastian. There's more to life than that. There's more to life than fear. There's more to life than all of the terrible things that people are doing. Sure, there are god awful people that basically run the world, but they don't run you. That billionaire who owns 50 different properties and an island and does a bunch of fucked up shit, he can't tell you that you can't go outside and can't buy flowers, or just go outside and smell some, or go and talk to your neighbor, or bake cookies, or go to a river and just walk, wade in the water. They can take a lot of things from us. They can take almost everything, basically. They have all the money in the world. They could take our homes, they could take our families, they could take your life. But they can't take your love. Hope is the one thing that they can't take from us. It's the one thing that's ours. It's your choice to give it up. It's up to you. You can choose to give up. You can choose to run. You can choose to ignore everything. You can choose to give up hope in humanity, but they can't take it from you. You can also make the choice to choose love, to choose hope, to find something, some semblance of peace in everything, to find the joy in the people around you. Because in the end, they are all that we have. When you die, none of this will matter. All that matters is now. All that matters is what you do now, the choices that you make now, the love that you feel now. When you are 80 years old, on your deathbed, you're not going to think about billionaires, hopefully, or all of those things. You're going to think about the people that you love. That's my hope. How can you not feel hope when you see a little kid smile or sing or jump around and dance? They don't know the hurt and cruelty of the world. They don't know yet, and they don't have to. If we do something about it now, those children will never have to live knowing the reality that we know. They'll learn about it in history books, but they won't have to live it. They don't have to live it. And I know it sucks that we do, but rather us than them, right? I have hope for the people who come after me, for the future. It cannot be bad forever. It can't be. At some point, those terrible people will die. Or we'll kick them out of office, out of power. We'll overrun them. At some point, they will lose their power. They will lose their money. They will lose everything. And even if they never are served justice, even if they never make it to prison, they will die. And then they cannot hurt anyone anymore. And there will always be more bad people. But even if it's just for a moment, there will be peace. There is hope for a future without all of this hate, without all of this pain. There is more. There is more to life. There is living. Those people are not living. They are hurting. They are killing. They are taking. They are not living. You are. You are alive in a way that they could never understand, in a way that they will never experience. They will never know the love that you love. They will never see the world the way that you do. Cherish that. Hold on to that. Hold on to your humanity, your kindness. That will get you further than any revenge or any hurt could ever.